Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Celtics rival felt different motivation by watching Boston win title. 5 months ago, the Boston Celtics eliminated the Miami Heat in the first round of the NBA playoffs, trotting onto the next phase of their championship run by making easy work of the Eastern Conference competition. But swallowing the tough pill of being sent to off-season mode left a sour taste in the mouth of the South Beach rival. Miami had high hopes despite playing without its franchise star Jimmy Butler, who suffered a sprained MCL before the series with Boston. The Heat fought and clawed their way to a 1-1 series tie by taking Game 2 in Boston, slowly cornering the Celtics, a vastly more talented roster with plenty of playoff experience. Nevertheless, getting bounced in 5 games triggered a feeling that stuck with Miami's entire locker room throughout the offseason and heading into the 2024-25 campaign. "We've been off since early May, and losing to Boston and seeing them win, that offers a little bit of different motivation in the offseason," Miami head coach Erik Spoelstra said on the Tobin and Leroy podcast. "I think we were all able to get time away, understand that we're going to have to come together and get to a higher level. That's what happens when a team wins a championship. They force you to raise your level, and that's what we're looking forward to out of our group." In recent years, Spoelstra's trademark has become turning an underdog Heat franchise with an aging star, Butler, and a fringe reliable cast of Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo, and little-known role pieces. 2 seasons ago, Spoelstra's number 8-seeded crew stunned the Celtics by sending them packing in the conference finals and preventing Boston from its second straight trip to the NBA Finals. Now, as the Celtics return having crossed the finish line, the Heat isn't content with watching Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown lead the way for a long-awaited Banner 18 run in Boston. In fact, Spoelstra revealed he didn't watch the playoffs once Miami was eliminated in real time and waited until training camp approached to break down film for the locker room. Story continues below advertisement. "It was raw how we were ousted by Boston," Spoelstra said at Media Day, per team-provided video. "It left a feeling in every single one of us in the locker room. Anybody that's new, which we're excited about the new players and talent, particularly the young talent that we've added to the locker room, you've inherited all of those feelings. So we had very specific intentions about what our offseason would look like. And then ultimately, you have to be about that competition. Everything can look however you want it to look on paper. Boston can say whatever they want to say. They've earned it. They beat all of us and they were crowned, so they can feel however they want to feel going into this season." Miami will return to TD Garden to face Boston for the first of 4 matchups scheduled in the regular season on December 2nd. Naser breaks silence on choosing Heat over other contenders. As the Miami Heat prepare for a loaded Eastern Conference, they added a recent piece that could have an immediate impact in former first-round pick in 2019 Naser Little. With the Heat looking to get the most out of their starting lineup, Little could be one of many that highlights their bench as he spoke about why he chose to come to Miami. Little would speak after being acquired by the Heat on Monday's Media Day, where he gave insight into choosing his destination to continue his basketball journey. "It seemed as if the decision could be an easy one since Miami wanted him the most per the North Carolina product. The vibe I got from here was that they wanted me the most. Looking at their track record, they've had a lot of success with players like myself," Little said. "Underdogs who just kind of need that chance, who have that fire, who have that will to compete. So I just felt like it was a great fit for me, truth be told." The 24-year-old star worked out with many contenders in the offseason after being let go by the Phoenix Suns like the Boston Celtics, Golden State Warriors, and Sacramento Kings. Little would end up signing a 1-year, non-guaranteed deal with the Heat as he looks to impress the coaching staff and earn a spot on the main roster before the start of the regular season. "I was confident that something would show up," Little, 24, said. "Whether it was guaranteed or not, I just felt like I needed an opportunity. I believe in myself enough to make the most of it. With Miami, I just feel like they valued the type of player that I am the most," Little continued. "Yeah, there were other opportunities. But I just felt like the reputation that Miami has with players like myself and just the conversations that I had with the staff around here, it wasn't to that extent with any of the other organizations." Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra would speak on Little and was impressed with him choosing Miami as wanting to better himself through development as they've done with other players that have similar play styles. "I respect that he's willing to do it, to bet on himself, to bet on development at this point," Spoelstra said. "Because when you're a former first-round pick, you probably do have some opportunities if you're patient to explore. He wanted to invest in development that will be longer-lasting. And there are no guarantees. That's just where we are with our roster right now, but we are in full open arms to give him everything we have to develop him and help him reach another level. So it's exciting for both parties." Heat star Jimmy Butler gets honest about lack of contract extension with Miami. The Miami Heat has been one of the more successful franchises in the 21st century. The Heat have been to 6 NBA Finals in the past 15 years, 4 trips thanks to LeBron James and the other 2 because of the play of their star forward, Jimmy Butler. Butler will enter his 6th season in Miami and will look to finally finish the job for the Heat franchise. While that is the case, this season could be his last in South Beach. The 35-year-old entered Media Day looking like his usual self, no shenanigans this season, just all business. In addition to that, Butler is in the midst of a contract dispute, or at least he was. Butler was asked about it during Media Day, and he said he just wanted to focus on playing basketball and staying healthy. "I always want to hoop, always want to compete with my guys," Butler said. "I hear him. I see what he's talking about. I'm going to play as many games as I can. No, I'm good," he said. "An extension is just a couple dollars. I'm cool, I'm telling you. I've made enough. I just want to play basketball and want to be available, like Pat was talking about. I plan on being that and plan on us winning a bunch of games and making everybody happy." There has been some minor tension between Butler and the Heat organization since the Heat were bounced by the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs. Team president Pat Riley drew attention when he challenged Butler to miss fewer games and keep his mouth shut instead of trash-talking Boston. Riley was non-committal about the idea of an extension for Butler, and all eyes turned to the Heat's 6-time All-Star for a response. Butler entered the offseason seeking a contract extension that would give him a raise in his existing contract and add another year. Back in May, Butler expressed his desire to remain in Miami. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.